We're here at SlatorCon with Josh Pine from XL8. Hi, Josh. Thanks so much for joining the conference.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Great to have you here. So let's get started by just give us a brief introduction about your background, the company, XL8, what do you guys do, where are you guys from?
Oh, absolutely happy to do that. So XL8, in the tech world, the X is like a play on trans, so really it's short for translate. That's where XL8 comes from. People ask me all the time, and it's really just as simple as that. We are an AI tech company based in Silicon Valley, California, built from the ground up, our own machine translation engines for media and entertainment content. So our machine translations have been trained by data from some of the world's biggest LSPs, dating back 20 years of golden data movie scripts, TV scripts, that have trained our engines for colloquial speech and speech patterns. So our MT is suited for translating movies and TV shows. As part of that, we have our proprietary speech-to-text engine, ASR engine, that creates the dialogue lists, the diarization, audio conforms it, syncs it to the time code, and creates the initial subtitle, and then from there translation into the multiple languages. I am the non-tech person in the company. I am our Chief Revenue Officer and interim CFO, so I handle all things money.
Right.
My two partners in the company are up in the Bay Area. I'm down in the Los Angeles area, and probably about a third of my time out in London.
You guys got out of the gate quite quickly, like from okay, first time I'm hearing XL8 to now a fully fledged product and kind of getting a lot of traction. So talking about product, you got two products, two key products?
So what we've done is to make it a little bit easier to identify in the marketplace. XL8 is the company, but we've taken our machine translation engines and have adapted them to both a file-based workflow, and that's our MediaCat side of the business. That's the translation of the movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff. And then we introduced this last year and showcased at IBC this year, EventCat, which is our live interpretation platform and live events, live sporting events, news channels, any type of live interpretation, and it can be done live on the fly with low latency. The greater the latency, the more accurate it can be, right? But we have latency measures down to 2 seconds for sporting events. You can also put a human in the loop for any type of correction if needed. We don't supply that. We are not a massive human-oriented company. We are a true tech company with a very small human footprint, but widespread locations and being out and utilizing our abilities and our platform in countries all around the world.
You mentioned, so in EventCat, you can have a human in the loop, but that would be your client. So they're using the platform, they kind of provide the human in the loop.
Correct. So we would work with several of the folks here in this room today, right, that do live interpretations. And when they need to bring in a more AI technology-oriented product to their customers, we would provide that AI live translation, live subtitling on the fly, and if it had to be perfect or cleaned up, we might be hitting 85, 95% depending on the language pair. They could utilize their human resources and clean it up within our platform.
Got it. And you being also in the CFO role, so you guys recently announced an acquisition. And also a fundraise. So talk us through that just a bit and what you're planning to do with the funds. What are the priorities there?
Thank you. Yeah. So as in most tech companies, when you raise funds, it's to make the software better, right? Is to increase the quality, and so a lot of the funds are used to generate new products, to fine-tune the products we already have, but some of it is to go into other areas. As I said earlier, we were given birth in the media and entertainment space. But we realized that, our STT engines are working pretty good for government work. And so it was a small little company in Tampa, Florida, that kind of a mom and pop shop that were retiring and looking for a buyer. And we said, just to leverage our business across other revenue streams, where should we branch out? And we tried that. And so we did some tests on government depositions and interrogations and courtroom stuff, and well, it worked. Worked pretty well. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we have the capability of putting glossaries into our STT and into our translation engines, and it worked very, very well. Really surprised us, and we were able to work out a deal to let them retire a little bit early and let us start to dabble in some new fields.
Cool. All right, Josh, it was a pleasure having you here, and still have you here at SlatorCon Zurich. Thank you so much.
I've had a lot of fun being here and presenting and talking about what we do.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.